Got it. Here we go. Hello and welcome everyone to a very special webinar tonight, The Hero Rises. And I am super excited for this training, for this, I guess we could call it a mastermind. I know that we're going to be getting into that a little bit more. Dr. Zaino is going to be covering it here in just a second. But as you're coming in, I can tell we have, awesome, we already have a couple dozen on the line and we have new people joining us every second. So I want to make sure that you know what's on this page. Is if this is the first time that you've been here, right below the video, you're going to see a button there. We'll explain that here in just a second. Below that, you're going to see a chat roll. I will be monitoring the chat roll the whole time. So if you have comments, if you have questions, if you want, if you want Dr. Zaino to cover something, or if he says something that resonates with you, put a comment in there, let us know that you're listening, and we will definitely get to that, and I'll make sure that Dr. Zaino covers every single one of them. Awesome. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Dr. Z. What's up, my man?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks so much for everybody coming out. Tabor and I, we had a lot of questions on, this whole thing. Here we have, if you've been watching, if you haven't been hiding underneath the rock, We Are Heroes episode 50 came out today. We have our season finale coming out Friday, and people are like, so what is this whole hero concept? You've been finding, you've been seeing what's going on. And literally what I did in those 50 episodes is exactly what I created a mastermind over. So you could do the exact same, right? So what I did is, I went through it. I went from this feeling of, dissatisfaction, low-level depression, numbness, disengagement, just something, not right. I thought I was going through a midlife crisis. I thought I had peaked, and I realized that, I was just grieving my potential. That's what it was, because it was because as doctors of cause, which we are, I was trying to find the cause of it. I had nothing to cause it. I had amazing practice, wonderful patients, great wife, kids, beautiful house, all the financial security you want in the world, but yet there was still something missing. And what was missing is my potential. I wasn't really living up. I had gotten comfortable, and the torment was that I was living half my potential. So the goal of tonight's webinar is I want to take you through the process in 4.5 months, how we took something from having this pain in your soul to finding your real why, embracing the truth and remembering who you are and what you were called to do, becoming a hero where you're at. Or for those of you that the season's changing, you're able to then maximize those unique gifts and talents and then choose a vehicle to get your message out to the world in a very heroic way. And like I always say, my premise is that, this is for those that are sleepwalking through life, living this secret identity. I exist to wake you up and reconnect you with your genius, your greatness, and your buried hero. And for those of you that are awake, I provide a powerful, inspirational experience to help you further develop your gifts, talents, and superpowers to help basically magnify your influence to go serve and wake up others. Because I believe that all of you were created and born with seeds of greatness and are capable of doing heroic things. So the goal of the webinar is this. It's for two types of people. The first one is for the beginners. So you just graduated school, you're in practice, you're rocking it, or even if you're not in practice, you're in the thing, you're loving what you're doing, it's there, you're on fire. So I'm just going to basically show you what I call the special hero sauce. I went to a mastermind thing last week and going through, well, you got top ratings in classical piano when you were a kid. And then you did bodybuilding, and then you did one Mr. America, and then what you did in chiropractic, and then you went back to do it in bodybuilding after 18 years off, and then do it again, and then this hero thing, do it again. So they were starting to say in the group, they're like, you got a secret sauce. Like there's clearly a formula. There's clearly something that you're doing, even inherently, that because it was done on so many different levels and so many radically different fields. They're like, there's definitely a system you're doing. You just may not realize it. So I wrote it out. I saw what the system was. I wrote down piano. I wrote down bodybuilding. I wrote down chiropractic, chiropractic, wrote down Mr. Universe, wrote down We Are Heroes. And I started writing down what I did. And then you saw, they just popped out. We saw I call it the hero sauce. And so I'll basically go over some hero sauce for you guys. And for success. And because I want you guys, it's for those of you that you want to become a hero and successful where you are at. You're like, I'm in where I want to be. I want to rock it. I want to be the best I could be what I got now in your life. And really any endeavor or business you go into. Now, the second type person is for those that you checked off the entire list that society says would make you happy and successful, right? You know, you got the money, you got the business, you got the family, but you just desire something more, and you just don't know what it is, because there's this desire, there's this thing, this divine discontent. You know there's more, but you don't know the cause, and you might be getting a little bit depressed. In fact, it's a conversation you haven't even had with your spouse. I know, because this is the one. It's a silent conversation. You're sitting there going, "Oh my God, he's talking to me." It's that you're feeling a little depressed, burnout. You get a little numb, anxiety, and you can't tell anybody because you're gonna be called ungrateful. You got it all. There's people that are starving in another country. Just learn to be okay. You made it. But I know you're not ungrateful. You know, that torment is that there's this potential. There's so much more, and you know there's so much more in you, that you just grieve that and you want to do more. So you're at the point where staying the same is actually more tormenting than in your soul than taking the wonderful risk of moving forward and expanding your purpose. So I'll be addressing that as well. And and that also, that second person, maybe in your life the seasons are changing, and sometimes when the seasons change and you're trying to hold on to the old, and the old prevents you from going to the new, even bigger plan you have for your life and the impact of others. So let me tell you about the origin of this hero mindset. I mean, if you looked at my life, you just said I had it all. All right, I had, one of the top practices, if not the top in the profession's history, full of 100% financial freedom and security, beautiful wife, 2 amazing kids, all the time to do whatever you want in the world. Yet, why was I slightly depressed? Why was I feeling burnt out? You know, did I peak? Was I going through a midlife crisis? Did I lose my purpose? And so I questioned my purpose. Well, why am I doing this kind of practice? Well, because we want to help people. Yeah, but why? So they can live their true potential. Yeah, but why? So they could leave a legacy for the children. And they just went on, and it just wasn't doing anything to my heart. My heart got more calloused. Now I'm becoming disengaged at home and work, and now with the family. And even to the point one day I realized, I was sitting in this office right here, and I heard my son Justice in the other room. He goes, "Mommy," he goes, "what happened to Daddy?" Like, it was like, in a way, like what happened to my father's manhood? It was like, that's the way I took it. And I was like, oh my God, I can't hide this pain anymore. And so I was in my sauna one day, just trying to take some meditative time, because we're doctors of cause. I got to find the cause of this. I'm not freaking chemically imbalanced. I'm asking that why question over and over. And then finally, I just got so pissed one day. I was like, why am I doing this? I go, because I just want to be admired, right? For achieving big things and doing something in this world no one's ever seen before. That's why. And as selfish as that why was, it felt so right. And I felt my heart actually open up. I literally felt a melting of the calluses in my heart. And so I took out my phone and I typed in achievement, contribution, achievement, admiration, right? And I hit search. And on my phone, I'm just scrolling down Google because I want to see I love what words mean. And it right there, it said, like a little bit down, it said definition of hero. I'm like, hero? I opened it up. I looked at it, and it said hero. The definition of hero is one who is admired or idealized for courage, contribution, amazing achievement, and nobility. And I go, oh my God. I go, that's me. And in that moment, I was awakened to the fact that definition was the theme my entire life that I had forgotten. See, I was the kid in the superhero pajamas. My dad was my hero. I worked out to look like a superhero. I won Mr. America to have a hero, and Mr. Universe to have a hero title. I beat a life-threatening terminal disease called ulcerative colitis to then become a doctor, a chiropractor, to do what? What was our mission? To go save lives. You see, I had the achievement of the definition, I had the contribution, but I didn't have the courage. I didn't have the courage to change to become who I was really created and destined to be. Because through my life, as great as it may have seemed on the outside and the accomplishments, I had taken on a secret identity just through life and what life did to me, the way I responded to it. And it was just a less than watered down version of my truth. And because I found my identity in what I did as a doctor, as a chiropractor, not who I was and created and destined to be. You see, if the office did great, I was happy and I was a good dad and a good husband. If the office was down, no one wanted to be around me. And so my heartbeat was dictated by what I chose to make it my identity, was being the doctor, right? So that versus me being a powerful, successful person that brought my hero to the office, to this conversation, to my wife, to my kids. So you see, if my identity was only that of being the doctor, for me to extend my reach to the world, to do things the world's never seen before, to be a thought leader, and to accomplish great things even outside of our health industry, it meant that I had to step out of my lane, therefore losing the only identity I knew. And so what I did, what you guys don't realize, I got scared. I mourned and I shrunk back. And when you realize you're living half your life and half your potential, the other half of your life and potential will torment you forever. So you see, I was never ungrateful. And if you're listening to this right now and it's resonating with you, you're not ungrateful. I wasn't depressed. I wasn't numb. I wasn't disengaged. I wasn't burnt out. But I tell you what I was grieving my potential this entire time. And so that's when I chose to embrace the hero. And that's when I made that choice. This is it. I'm embracing this hero. I'm going to go out. I'm going to get this message to the world through speaking and through video. And this message is for you watching this. And I hired the team, Battleborn Media, and we documented the journey. Because the reason why I documented the journey, guys, see, this is what you need to know. I didn't document the journey because I'm this great heroic, watch Zaino do it. I hired the team to keep me accountable for you, so I could go through the journey and not let anybody else down. So I wanted to be the one to leave the blueprint for you and go through the unknowns and actually, like a machete, cut through the field to leave a path so you could do the same. And I knew that if I didn't have the document team with me, I wouldn't be as accountable. So I need pressure and accountability to move forward. And that brings out my discipline. And the response from you guys has been epic and amazing. I have seen, Tabor, people are finding the courage by pursuing careers according to their purpose. Yeah. Some of my patients are going to chiropractic school. Some chiropractors are becoming great in their area. Or even some chiropractors said, you know what? I've done this for 10, 12, 15, 20 years. I'm going to do something that was a dream of mine. Boom. So they did. So they found careers according to their purpose. They found the courage to heal and restore their families, which happened in my life. My wife has the best version of me that she ever had. My kids have the best dad they ever had. My patients are like, what happened to you? Nothing happened to me. I'm expressing who I really was created to be. And then people are finding new sense of hope and energy by giving themselves permission to say, you know what, it's okay. I can be the hero and I will be the hero. Now, anybody could defeat their secret identity and they could awaken their hero through, number one, we're going to go over, embracing the hero mindset. We'll go over that in a moment. Two, through maximizing your superpowers, finding those unique gifts and talents, and then choosing your vehicle of influence to serve the world, which is amazing. And so when you embrace the hero mindset, maximize your superpowers, and choose your vehicle of influence, then you could take everything you need to be able to change and move to a new level and be the true authentic self you were created to be. And so my identity no longer is that of just the doctor. That's what changed. That's what makes me unique now. I am the hero. Like I said, for those that are sleepwalking through life, living their secret identity, I exist to reconnect you guys with your genius, your greatness, and your buried hero. And again, for those of you who are awake, we're going to provide a powerful experience to enhance your gifts, your qualities, to develop those further. so that you could go out, magnify your influence, serve, and wake up others. Because you were created for greatness and you were born to do heroic things. And so that was the origin how this happened. Now, just to let you know, that sauna day for me happened mid-January. So I went from nothing. So many of you might be sitting there going, well, how can I go from my goal to my passion? How long it's going to take? It took, you know, for the first keynote to really get it out there was 67 days. And it might take a little bit longer. It might be earlier for you guys, but to show you that with the right path and with the right direction, wherever you're at now, if you're sitting, number one, there's 3 people. If you're sitting right now and you don't even know what you're going to do, it doesn't take long from even that point. That's where I was at. If you're sitting there going, I know what I want to do, but I'm just kind of, I just want to be the best where I'm at. That's even easier. And for those of you that are ready to move on another season, I get that too. You just need some direction and to be able to give yourself permission to do so. So here's the new opportunity. You know, what was I gave myself, basically I gave myself permission to embrace the hero. You know, that was the number one thing. My identity cannot, your identity cannot be in what you do. It has to be on who you are and who you were created destined to be. And, you know, I embraced and I remembered the hero mindset that's always been inside me the whole entire time, meaning that when you embrace the hero mindset, we get a drink.
You know, if you don't mind, I'll throw in real quick that what you're saying is resonating with me, because I know, am I?
You're perfect, man.
Okay. So I know that as just a lot of people on the line right now are chiropractors. Like for me, it took courage to go to chiropractic school, and that was one of the greatest choices of my life. But I remember graduating from college and being offered a job at running a dairy, you know, in New Mexico, like a dairy cow. But they were going to pay me $36,000 a year, and I thought that's so much money. And I was like, I'm just going to do that, and I'll just be happy. I'll maybe making that money instantly. But something inside of me was pulling and saying, go to chiropractic. And it took courage for me to turn that down. Like it was one of the hardest things I did. But look at what came after that, because of the fact I had that courage, or mustered that courage to be able to do it.
Tabor, you're so right, because our brains only know what it could lose, right?
Yeah.
So you had that opportunity. So for you to deny that opportunity, it meant that you would lose the opportunity, right? Our brains only know, like, I have this pen. So if you take it away from me, I know what I just lost. But how about if Tabor said, if I take this pen away from you, and then tomorrow you're going to get a box of 1,000 of these pens? See, my brain doesn't know what I would gain. It only knows what it loses. So Tabor, you're like, wow. So it makes you stay scared and comfortable. Yep. But how about if, why don't you think, well, what do we have to gain? And that's really that whole hero's journey. We were created to grow and develop. And Tabor, that's good. So that was right. You nailed it on it. There's three conversations that you have right now. So number one is you're thinking, despite my achievements and contributions, I have times of low depression, disengagement, low energy, emotional numbness, and I don't know why, right? So that's the person you're like, you just don't know why it's happening. And I know you haven't talked to anybody about it. You're just dealing with it and you're in a funk about it, right? And so I'm going to show you the cause of this, that you're just grieving your potential, and how to address that inner conflict that you don't want to talk to anybody about. So that's the first kind. The second one is the yeah, but. We all done the yeah, but, right? So yeah, but what if I do it? You know, yeah, I can. Like Tabor could have been like, well, I could go to chiropractic school, yeah, but I do have this job that's really secure.
Right.
So the yeah buts are like on the left side of the page is all the things your heart wants you to do. But as soon as we think of the things we want to do, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, you're like, yeah, but, and then all the yeah buts come by, right? So, I mean, because you're thinking, yeah, well, where do I start? Or how do I get to where I want to be? Or this is the main question that keeps people in that comfort and torment. It keeps you in that secret identity. So I'll show you the exact steps. We'll go over on how to put into action, destroy the fear and indecision, because it all is indecision. It keeps you procrastinating. And someone says, how can I do what I truly want to do? Or how do I know what I truly want to do that makes me feel alive? And then the best version of myself, but at the same time, monetize it, right? So it's all good. At the end, you say, listen, yeah, my gift is writing. My gift is sewing. You know, my gift is chiropractic and adjusting. My gift is speaking. My gift is painting. My gift is music. You know, it's what you would love to do. You know, what are you working for right now so hard to someday do? I want to sail a boat. I want to go out there and captain ships, whatever that is. The thing is, you always think, well, here's my hobby. Here's something I love. I could do it all day. It gives me energy. I love it. I'm in the zone. I feel alive, but I just can't make money out of doing that. Yeah, but there's the yeah, but I can't make a living off that. Well, that's your negative belief system. You can. And how about if you can make a living off of something that you absolutely love to do? So that's why for the Kairos watching this, right now, you guys love, eat, and breathe the principle. So we need to make you, when you go to work, you feel alive. That's like you forget to eat when you're there. I mean, that is the place you want to be. We need to make you go major hero mode there. But I know there's some docs out there that you're getting a little deep and down. You're starting to bring in all these other things in your practice to kind of help make up for the loss of income, because when your purpose goes down in your practice, not your purpose, but your enthusiasm, that's a better word, goes down, your patients start to dwindle. It feels like you're fighting, things feel tougher because the seasons are changing. And you're like, I would love to do this, but I've done this for so long. How can I do anything else? It's basically what Tabor said. I'm working at the dairy farm. I can't do more. But look what Tabor would have given up if he just would have stayed comfortable. So every so often, 7 to 10 years of our life, we have that opportunity over again. So for some of you, chiropractic will be forever. For some of you, it's an act. Not like I'm acting, not fake. It's just like in 10 years, you might want to just manage that, still have that going, and you want to pursue something that you would have enthusiasm over again. If everybody gets mad, I lose my person. You can't fake enthusiasm. You can't fake loving something again. You follow what I'm saying? Right, Tabor? Like, Tabor, you just got to get over it and tell yourself you're happy. Go on how you feel. What's the truth? Again, it's the conversation people don't want to have.
Yep, I agree.
So here we go. So the first thing you got to do is you got to embrace the hero mindset. So you've been grieving your potential the entire time. So this is where I'm going to power you guys. It all starts with the head. Number one, the hero mindset has three main things I'll talk about today. Number one, and follow me here, just hang with me. Number one, a hero has massive pride, massive, high pride. And you know, this is counterintuitive what you were told. Why? Well, the definition of pride is someone who finds pleasure and satisfaction in their own achievements, the achievements of their loved ones, like your kids, your family, your peers, your colleagues, or or pleasure and satisfaction of the gifts and talents they have, or the possessions that are widely admired by others. There's zero sin in that. Because see, I was told anything near pride and ego, you were a sinner, anti-God, bad person. So we stayed all the way over here to false humility. So when you're in false humility, you're the martyr. You don't take any thanks. You don't get any appreciation. You don't accept it. You're a martyr. It destroys your self-worth, your self-esteem, your importance, and your value as a human being. But a hero has massive pride, massive ego. Ego is one sense of self-esteem and self-importance. And your doctors, guys, if you cannot find pleasure and satisfaction in your gifts and talents and your calling, if you can't find a sense of confidence in your message and that your message is important to the world, right? That's pride and ego. If you can't put those together, you can never be heroic in your practice or your next gig. But follow me here. So hero has pride, ego, and then the hero also has massive humility. See, we were never told we could have pride, ego, and humility at the same time. We were told it was impossible. But that's exactly what the hero has, because we're self-aware of our weaknesses, right? We're honest. We're weak in these areas, but in the weakness comes the humility. In the weakness comes the courage. Like Tabor was talking about courage. See, courage is the hero. The opposite of courage, which is the hero, is conformity, which is the dairy farm, which is the secret identity.
Yeah.
And this secret identity comes upon through teachers, preachers, schooling, negative belief systems passed down by our parents. All that stuff put a layer, this false suit on us to act a certain way. You know, you come out of school, all that stuff creates a secret identity. And actually, it's a less than watered down version, it's a counterfeit version of the hero. And we're educated and we're told what to think and what to do, but we're never really truly taught how to think and how to become self-aware of our true destiny and our greatness. And this secret identity, what happens when you wear it for so long, there comes a time when you look in the mirror and you've even forgot who you were and you forgot the hero you always created to be. And so massive pride, massive ego, massive humility. And the great thing is, as a hero is not a perfectionist. A hero is a potentialist. You know, a potentialist is one who does does the best they can in the moment they got, does the best they can in the moment they have it with the tools they have, right? All you could ask for yourself is that. So I use the analogy, if you broke your hand and you go to work, you could only adjust with one hand. So what do? I'm going to do the best I can with what I got in the moment I got it. When there's a fire and there's someone on the other side of the fire, the hero says, I just got to do the best I can with what I got in the moment I got it. So if 80% is your 100% for today, you put in 80%, right? So you don't be a perfectionist, be a potentialist. So right there, so now that I showed you that when you give yourself permission and you look in the mirror and say, you know what, I could have a little bit of pride in what I do, and I embrace the pride, the ego, and the humility of your gifts. And deep down, you always wanted to, right? You always, probably secretly in the mirror when no one's looking, you try to, that part of you wants to get a little prideful and say, no, I am good at what I do, but you're afraid to do it in public because you don't want to seem egotistical or prideful. Not realize that is the aspect of the hero, the confidence. See, there, like that Marianne Williamson quote, there is no enlightenment in you shrinking for the benefit of others' insecurities. I'll say that again. There's no enlightenment. There's no good to the world by you shrinking down for the insecurity of others. Now, you've been grieving because others have been running and controlling your life. That's why you're living someone else's life, and you have allowed it through that secret identity. So I never look back when I said, listen, I am the hero. And that's really the fourth aspect. So you got to embrace the hero mindset. Next thing you want to do, basically, what will the world think of you if you don't reach your true gift and potential? That's another question. What will the world think of you if you don't reach your true gift and potential? Because a lot of times we're not maximizing it because we're thinking, well, if I do, it would be nice. But our hero says, what if I don't do? Do you ever think, what if I don't move on? If you're a Chiro and you want to move on to something bigger and better in your life, or if you're a Chiro right now and you're struggling, you're like, what if I don't fully express myself and reach my potential? That should be the question. Maximize your superpowers then. So one of the goals and purposes of the hero is to remember the unique gifts and talents. So we'll get into that in a moment. And the work of the hero is to develop and maximize and develop those things. And the meaning of your life of a hero is to give those gifts and talents abundantly out to the world for the benefit of others. And I know that's your intention, but we want to make sure we give the best we have of them. And so what are your gifts? What do you do that you could do all day long and you don't ever get tired? What do you do that you forget to eat? What do you do that if I gave you $50 million, you would do it for free? What do you work in your life for to hopefully someday do? Right? What are those things that people come up to you and ask you advice for all the time? What are those things that if money was never an option, what would you wake up tomorrow and do? Be honest with yourself and don't yeah but it. And whatever answer comes to you, well, I would love to do this. I would love to serve here. I would love to paint. That's the hero on the inside of you. Or I want to go and I want to just 200 people a day, whatever that is, whatever that answer comes out in the moment now, I need you to honor that. Because if you're not honoring the true of the what you see spirits feel. So that answer, when you say, oh, if I could just wake up tomorrow and I could do whatever I want, I would. Or people always ask me to help them here. And you really see the signpost of your life that you might be denying your true greatness. So honor that. If you don't honor it, you just put it into prison. For me, finding those gifts were, I realized it was a signpost in my life. I always had the hero stuff. I'm looking at Titus. He's flexing and wearing his superhero costume, looking in the door at me. No, you can't come in here. And when I looked at them, I realized our kids have all the gifts and talents that we need. Tabor was actually with me when I did that 15-minute fuel. That kids are in vertical time. They don't think about past or present. They're secure because they haven't been learned in security yet. They dance when they want to dance. They sing when they want to sing. They're relentless. They're closers. They question limits. Yeah. They're playful. They're creative. They have imaginations. And we look at that and we laugh about it and we admire and we giggle at them. But the scary part is when you realize that's exactly the innate genius that we all still have. but we can't even relate to it because we think we're grown up now. And it's not being grown up. We lost our childlike qualities that would allow us to live a life so free and so happy and so impactful. That's why you love people that are doing great things. They're childlike. They're connected to that. Elon Musk wants to populate Mars. A kid thinks like that, guys. He's a billionaire because he thinks like a kid. And life and that secret kept us from that. So what are some, so just think, what are some of the dogmas you have right now? You're probably thinking, well, I mean, I have my gifts and talents, but you know, I can't utilize them in chiropractic or whatever it is. But the reason is you can utilize everything. I know a girl, she loves this whole superhero thing. So she has in her practice a whole superhero theme in her office. We have another chiropractor I know is Dale. Dale, you know, I know Dr. Dale. He wanted to be the wild doctor, so he just hated wearing the suit, the tie to be a chiro. He just wanted to be the wild doctor. He just wanted to wear shorts, sandals, and be the wild guy.
Nice.
Now he became the wild guy. Do you know Dale?
No, I don't know.
Dale Brown?
No, I don't think so.
You know, like, well, what it is? It's like if Tabor says, listen, man, I love wearing my cowboy hat and I want to wrangle people in my office. Like, it's being you. Like, so you could do this anywhere you want.
Yeah.
If any of you guys are wearing a white coat, ask yourself, why are you wearing a white coat? And if the answer is because someone told me to, that's probably not a good reason, right? I mean, like, you're not, there's no, it's like, it just, is it to give the false impression of authority? Like all these things, just think of the things we do things. So, yeah. I mean, so basically, just in a short period, so now that I showed you that when you maximize your true gift and your talent that you've been truly given and energized, just how energizing would your life be? How exciting would your life be? I mean, allowing you to, because I know when for me, my thing was speaking and so my gifts and talents are speaking and video. And so in the mindset, I love the mindset stuff. And so so what I did, guys, I didn't know the course, but I put action behind it. So I started doing those 15-minute fuels every single day. And I know I would go to work slightly depressed and down, feeling heavy. That's another thing. I felt heavy. See, I'm talking about feeling. We were told in chiropractic, don't go on how you look or how you feel for your health. You're right. But there is a point where you have to go on your feelings. So I would go to work and I would feel heavy. Right, heavy. Then I would come home and I would put on my camera and I would just start, I made some videos because I wanted to leave something for the kids, right? All the wisdom and knowledge I ever heard. So I just started filming videos. And the first time I did it, I shot 3 hours in a row and I forgot to eat. And that's for me is a big deal. And I was sweating. So I was on fire, like literally burning up. I said, well, a phenomena happened. I was in a zone. I felt like I drank 10 pots of coffee, and I don't drink coffee, and something happened. So then the next night, boom, I said, listen, I came home, I was exhausted, felt heavy. I'm gonna go upstairs, doing some mindset principles, sweating, hot, fevery hot, on fire, 2.5 hours, another 20 videos. And this one for weeks. I filmed over 360 videos. Because I got addicted to that feeling because it was the first time I felt alive again. It was the first time my heart felt open. It was the first time I got emotional. Over 3 years that I wasn't getting emotional. Something was happening and I realized I am tapping in. I don't need more sleep. I just needed more expression of myself. So once I could help you find that, and then at least start doing it on a daily basis, even if it's a half hour. If you're a writer, write half hour every day. Do something that you could touch. You could touch that place once every day to remind yourself it's still here. It changed my life. It changed my wife's life. It inspired her and everybody around me. You guys seen it. And that's what you can do by maximizing your superpowers, unique gifts, and talents. And then the third thing we'll go over tonight is choose your vehicle of influence. Now, this is the big one. And if you're watching this, it kind of divides a couple places here because I'm going to show you the way to do it that's going to take longer, But for those of you on the line that really my mastermind is for those of you that you have the money. Now this money is not going to me per se, but you're going to need the money to shorten the time. I'm 40. I don't got 10 years to learn a couple things that I really should have learned 10 years ago. So I got to hire someone that knows it to shorten the time, because now time is more valuable to me. I'll pay to shorten time. So choose your vehicle of influence. This is how to choose basically your hero vehicle. So what's your vehicle of influence? Are you a speaker? I mean, do you get excited about speaking one-to-one or one-to-many? Do you get excited about doing videos? Do you get excited about writing, doing articles, doing blogs? Do you like excited about doing vlogs, you know, like little movies and little things like that? Do you get excited with doing podcasts or audio or radio, you know, or a number of webinars, you know, or podcasts? Just you find the thing that's your vehicle to get your message out. And this could be Chiro, this could be anything. And you owe it to yourself to learn it all. And actually the ultimate would to be learn it all. But learning it all and to get good at all is going to take time, right? But when you learn it all, you're going to find the two things that really resonate with you. And with those two things, for me, it's video and speaking. I went full hero mode in that. So what I did is I knew I went full hero mode. I paid and delegated out to the podcast stuff, the writing stuff, the transcription stuff, the media stuff. Then if it's speaking and writing, speaking and video, I invest in now I invest in me. So I invest in the equipment. I invest in the Battleborn media guys for the video. I invested to Roberto. Like you see Roberto, we're friends, but we're business friends too, meaning that like I paid, you know, 5 figures. Yeah, 5 figures to call Roberto, be like, listen, this is the hero message. Let's get this thing together. And, you know, Roberto loves working with me. I'm like, well, you know, but the thing is like, he's worth his weight in gold. So the thing is I invested in those people, but because I invested in great people, I shortened the time. I became successful very fast because we're impatient. And look what happened. You know, I got the keynotes. I spoke at the speaking stages, got top honors, got all these, and it all started to happen because I left the blueprint. I was living my purpose. Tabor did the same thing. He went all in on the spinal hygiene program. He hired in, you know, Andrew White's not cheap, man, for branding, right?
Right. No.
Tabor. I know. I priced him out before. It's actually one of the most expensive. But you know,
it was one of the best things I did for it as well.
And you know, I was about to say that's some of the best looking stuff in chiropractic I've ever seen. Besides my We Are Heroes video, but it's beyond chiropractic. But you know what I mean? Like, have you seen a product that looks that good? No. See, you see, so the thing is, when we shortcut, the only Tabor had 2 things he could do. Tabor could either have the choice of being a dad for 3 boys and a husband to Gina, and an owner of 2 offices, doing Chiro Thought Leaders on the side, spinal hygiene movement on the side, and then he could have learned how to become a graphic designer, right? On top of all that, right. Or Tabor could say, listen, I could pay high dollar, we won't even say how much it was, high dollar, to get it done super awesome. And then, because Tabor, it would have took Tabor, what, maybe 5 years or 3 years to get to that point. You know, so it's like, Tabor saves so much time and so much money by investing in himself. So this is why really my mastermind is for the mastermind. This is for everybody what I'm talking about tonight, but the mastermind is for the person that sees like money just saves them time and money's not the issue. You know, because what I'm doing now, what Tabor's doing now, we both spent 300 grand to go to college. We all did, right? For chiropractic school. So we paid money to go to chiropractic school. We even borrowed it. To what? Get our degree. And the degree allowed us to practice. So for the big dream of our life, whether it be rocking your chiropractic office or rocking the spinal hygiene movement or the hero movement, whatever that next season is for you, why wouldn't you put the same amount of money into it? Why wouldn't you borrow if you had to? You know what, right? Because if I put, what do you tell me? If I put 100,000, if I said, listen, I get 100,000, I'm going to hire the best teachers and coaches to speak, to get on stages, to build websites, to create videos. That would be like tuition, but it's tuition in something that it's totally aligns with my future and my life. And watch this, when we went to school, how much money you were making when you were going to school? Nothing, unless you had a side job, right? But like your actual education never paid you back. But here, when you actually do these things, like Tabor's he's getting results already. He already made his graphic design money back, right?
Yeah.
So why don't you see your next endeavor or your practice as like invest tuition into it, but this tuition you get immediate results because you're hiring the best people. So you find whatever those areas, if it's podcast, go and get the best podcast program out there and learn from the best on how to do it. Invest in the best equipment. You know, if it is speaking, hire the speaking coach. Learn how to get your talk down immediately and do it right. You know, all these things shortens time and gets you success immediately. So you so this is how you monetize it.
I just was thinking about Gary Gunderson and invested that money in what was his book, Killing Sacred Cows, and like look where he is now because he did that.
Yep, he did it all on his own. And, you know, and even Garrett, for me, if I didn't invest, it was 25,000, and then later on, because I was with a bunch of other guys who went to 50, you know, like I upped it to get a higher level. It freaked me out because I didn't know. But looking over now 5-6 years, the relationship capital, the favor capital, the unknowns that happened, the abundant, it was really one of the best steps you could do. So this is why, like, if you're listening to this and you're going to hold on to that money, which is potential. See, money's not going to do anything for you unless you invest it into yourself or back into your practice. Then, you know, I discourage you from doing the Hero Mastermind, which is going to be super cheap anyway. But still hang on to what I'm saying. Now what you do, if you still have that attachment to money, then you just got to put the time in, right? So you still do all these principles, but you know it's going to take you a long time because now you could do all the research you can on YouTube. And I mean, you could work, I mean, that's all, you could become an expert easily, but it's just going to take time. So if you're still attached to the money thing and you're not willing to shrink the time, then you just put some time in because you're paying for it anyway. So you either pay it with time or you pay it for money to shrink the time. So right there, so, you know, when I showed you how to start living the hero, you know, and that has been locked in prison to you for so long, these vehicles allow you to, I mean, literally set yourself free. And this is where you tap into the huge impact. This is when you see people making massive things in life and making a huge impact because they have the mindset, right? They know that they're proud. They have pride and ego and humility. They know that they are important. See, that's the thing. You got to go to work tomorrow going, I am so important to these people in this community. And they know their unique gifts and talents, and they make it part of their brand or their office or their next level in life. And then they know their vehicles. See, so Tabor's great at copy. I hate writing an email, right? So, and in fact, sometimes what Tabor knows, I don't even spell check it because after I write something, spell check takes me double as long than writing it. So Tabor knows how to read my like misspelled errors, but like Tabor's a great copywriter and he became that way over years. And that's just not my thing. So we find our vehicles. And the thing is, don't try to copy someone else's vehicle if it's not yours. If you're not a good video person or speaker, don't. But if you're an amazing writer, dude, all the way. And that's, you find that vehicle and now you make a huge impact in the world. Let me go next thing. So just think, would you fail? So let's go over secret one. Well, watch this whole thing. So would you fail if you embrace the true hero mindset, giving yourself permission to let go of the old secret identity and allow the hero to rise? Then two, then you maximize your true unique gifts and talents that seem effortless to you, right? Because when it's your thing, there's no friction. I feel heavy when I'm doing something that's not my lane, right? You've known it before, right? And then it brings you joy and enthusiasm and what you want to do. We always love to hang around someone who has enthusiasm, right? They're fun, they're exciting, they're attractive. And then finally finding your vehicle of influence to go and serve the world. And then you're paying for a team to help you do it and to actually monetize what you've been created to do. That's the ultimate, isn't it? So how would your true self, well, let me put it another way. How would your life look now when your true self, you're acting in your true self, and you're actually becoming empowered and doing what you created to do? How would your energy be? How would your attitude be? Would you be depressed, or would you be expressing unique gifts and talents? When you would wake up tomorrow, how would your day be? And just take a deep breath in when I'm telling that. Let it out and feel how freedom feels. That's what freedom is. Freedom isn't not working. Freedom is doing exactly what you want to do. And when I talked to the doctors out there, and I knew you're great at what you do, but you're so heavy. And because you're heavy, because there's friction, because you're living, you're holding back. So let's ask you a question. How many of you right now are excited about what you're hearing? So if you're excited about this, number one, there's two types. You're going to be a hero in your practice, or you might be excited because I just talked to a conversation that you didn't tell anybody. It's a secret conversation that you don't want to feel ungrateful by talking to anybody. So how many of you are feeling overwhelmed, right? I mean, that's the overwhelmed person, because you're like, I don't know what to do. I've been feeling this way. How do I get out of this? Well, hope you can see that, you know, I tried my best to give you the value in a short amount of time, in this 48 minutes. You know, it took me months and months and months to get this going, 50 episodes of We Are Heroes to do it. And they were just, those episodes are 6 to 10 minutes of hours and hours of footage. And, you know, we can't do it in the 40 minutes I talked to you guys, or what, 49 minutes. So I'm going to just take a little bit of time now to tell you about the mastermind. So Tabor, if you just throw that up.
Yep. Give me 1 second.
This Hero Mastermind, it's not a new program I'm doing. So don't think about that. It's like, oh, what's this? It's one time, guys. I'm doing it one time, July 21st and 22nd. I know it's right around the corner, but I'm rewarding speed of implementation here. It's a lot of people ask, listen, we want to go further with this. We're excited about this. We need help and guidance. So this is where July 21st and 22nd, we come here to the Woodlands, Texas. We spend Friday and Saturday, and I'm going to walk you through the hero mindset, unique gifts and talents, then find your vehicle of influence. We're going to go through all that stuff right there. We're going to hash it out with like-minded people. So we have to have strong-minded, abundant people in the room, so we could really, because see, when you're in the bottle, you don't see the label. You see, when I'm in the bottle, I don't see that label, what it says. So you're going to get perspectives from everybody. So we're going to help you mold and see things that you didn't see before. We're going to break those glass ceilings, so you literally have a clarity and a direction to go, and even a plan. And so the plan, I can promise you, is, you know, when we find uniqueness and talents and your vehicles of influence that you would love to do, and I'll know, we can see you'll get excited about it, then I'll connect you with all the things you need. Because what happens, we're going to get to the point where you lay everything out and you're super excited. You're like, this is what I want to do, or this is the way I want my practice to be. You're going to get so pumped, and then the yeah, but comes in, or the secret identity comes in. The secret identity says, yeah, but you don't know how to do a website. Oh, you don't know even how to do a Facebook Live. You don't know anything about Facebook ads. Like, well, you don't know how to do a blog post. Like, so all of a sudden, your enthusiasm, which is your hero coming out, is pulled down by that secret identity trying to save itself. And so what I'm going to do is to kill that secret identity. Everything that you have fear over or fogs, like, oh, I just don't know how to do this, and this happens, don't worry about it, because this is when you are going to invest, and we're going to find the people, the places, and the programs to swipe away and clear out all the fogginess, so it takes all the friction away, so you have a straight beeline. So then all it takes is a little bit of time and getting those things done to build your system to do exactly what you want to do. It's the quickest way to hero that you'll ever be able to get to. So if you go right there, you go to, what's it, herorises.com, right, Tabor? Is there a link there?
Yes, there's a link right below the video. It's an orange button that says reserve my spot, and you'll be taken to the website.
Yeah, so it's July 21st and 22nd. It is $2,000 per person. And so, well, what's that reduced by? By nothing. My Zaino experience is $7,500 for the same time. But here's the thing with the Zaino experience. You know, I go over your chiropractic stuff. We get that. So, you know, I'm not going to teach you how to do dinners. This is getting you to become heroic in what you do. But the bonus for you chiropractors out there is we're going to work on your hero, becoming a hero, maximize your hero self wherever you're planted. So if you are chiro, hint, hint, I happen to be a really badass chiro as well. So, you know, I understand what you're going through. You know, I get it. So this is for the chiro who wants to maximize their life in their office. And this is also for the chiro that you're like, Dr. Z, I've done the chiro thing. I love my patients. I would rather be an owner, manager, and I would really want, I feel I need to like expand in this area. Dude, I'm with you. I understand that as well. So this is it's just a great match for us all to do. What I'm thinking about doing, just to be transparent, what we're doing, I'm eventually going to have a digital project, a digital product on the Hero Mastermind, but it's going to probably be part of like a $25,000 a year kind of like membership fee, where the 25,000 would include 2 masterminds like this, a digital product, like Tabor was telling me, a Facebook group, maybe 1 or 2 Google Hangouts a month. You know, so just to see that, I mean, that's how big it'll be. But because I'm in the process of building those things and people want help now and want to get you moving now, then that's why it's just, I figured 2,000 a person is great. It's simple. We can really get together and do some great things, and I'll be able to get you started on your journey in the right way. So all you go is herorises.com, and I think there's a button right there. I think you could just go and let me click on it. Hey Tabor, click on it. It goes. There's a page on it, right?
Yeah. You mean here? Let me.
I think it is, right?
Yeah. Let me show you. This is the actual page right here. So this is the one that you're on. This is the where we're at on the webinar. If you just hit the reserve your spot, it'll open up right here. The Hero Rises Mastermind.
Yeah, it's all there for you. So it's all on one page. So check it out. So it's 2,000, and then what I do is, once Tabor lets me know that you got the ticket for July 21st and 22nd, I'm going to send you a huge, like in-depth, detailed questions. So I'm not messing around. So I'm going to customize this entire event for you. So you'll have some questions to fill out in detail. You'll have all the details of the hotels, everything. I'll give you everything you need. But these questions are so important because I'm going to start working on you guys even before you get here. So we'll be hours ahead by the time you get there because I'll have all those questions ahead of time. And already we have some really powerful superstars that are there. So I know anybody who signs up, you're going to be learning from some great, amazing people that do awesome stuff. And so just being around them and myself, you're going to really get. I mean, it's just going to be a great experience. And it really is. It's going to be a one-time. You'll never get it for 2,000 again. It'll never be that low. But I just want to make the first one special. Tabor and I said, we'll make the first one the Kairos. And the reason why Kairos is because we could be so comfortable together. Just think about that. Just think, I'm going to do a mastermind in a couple months, probably, that I'm going to be sitting there with someone who was raised in the medical system. And they're going to be talking about their blood pressure medication and this and that, or their health's going to be affected. And I'm going to go crazy because we're chiropractors and we know the answer, right? So I'm going to have to do a whole doctor's report for that person. Well, here, like, we're like-minded. We have the same philosophy. So at least we're coming in with like-minded people, and we know that whatever endeavor we do, we're taking it through the same philosophy. So do yourself a favor, invest in yourself. That 2,000. The guarantee is I'll play as hard as I do, and if you know me by now, if not, go watch We Are Heroes. Watch all 50 episodes tonight, and you'll see, who I really am. You see everything transparently. But you guys who know me, it's just do the 2, sign up. And when Tabor lets me know, we'll get you the details. This will only be good for through Thursday, tomorrow night at midnight. So if you're watching the replay, that we're doing this on a Wednesday, and Thursday, the 29th?
Yeah.
The midnight of 29th is over. Because the reason why I got to know, because I got to know who's in, so I can prepare for everybody for the 21st, 22nd. Any questions, Glenn?
Let me see here. I was moving around my screens. Let me pull up the. There we go. I'm going to refresh the screen, see if we got anything here. Mick Mahan says, you must be talking about me.
Yes. So Mick wants to sell, man. And that's so inspirational with Mick because he's so right. And I get it. It's like, when you're a chiropractor, it feels like it's like you feel you got to die over the adjusting table, right? It's like, it's almost heresy. So, but the thing is, like, I know his heart is on the waters in a catamaran. Yeah. And he loves it so much. And I keep on telling him, why not now, dude? Let's shrink the time. And he's like, almost there. But, I can't wait till the day he does it because he'll leave the blueprint for me to say, listen, I can give myself permission way sooner than I thought. Yeah. Because he lights up. Yeah. He lights up. And he put his time into practice. His daughter's coming out of practice. But, I mean, but that's what I love about it. It's like, it's not, you don't have to, you could be a chiro, magic chiro, or you could do something that you love to do. He wants to be on the water. Yep. And it's going to be more than that. It's going to be, he's not going to just captain the ship. He's going to speak life into people. I mean, it's going to be more than that. Like, wait, watch. I mean, it's going to be something so amazing that I know he'll wish he had done it 10 years ago.
Awesome. Very cool. All right. Well, the HeroRises.com. No, it's just HeroRises.com, right? Not the.
Hero Rises, right?
HeroRises.com. And just hit the orange button below the video you're watching live right now, or you're watching the replay. This is where you're watching it. Hit the button, go to HeroRises.com. And I know great things happen when you take action, because I was the first one to go to the Zaino experience, and I'm so glad I didn't. You know, that was when my practice, we were having some tough times, and I was just like, you know what? I'm all in. I'm putting it up, and I'm going, because I had a feeling inside of me that I need to be there. And look what happened. Just amazing thing happened.
That was a very tough. So at the time it was $1,500, and that was the toughest $1,500.
That's right. Yep. Yep.
Great, man. See, so guys, it's just, you know, it's, you know, what you plant into yourself, it always is sowing and reaping. It always is sowing and reaping. The more you sow, the more you reap. Like, you know, when you get mad at the harvest says, I need more seed, man.
Yeah.
That's it. Don't get mad at the harvest. You know,
right.
You just wanted more seed.
That's right.
Well, thanks for everything. And guys, you were hear about this for a while. So this is, I'm just, you know, we're getting this going now. And I mean, you'll hear about it probably in 6 months.
Yes. Awesome.
Thanks for that.
It's going to be great. Bob Pike says, hey, thought leaders and heroes, exclamation point. That's right.
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right. So we good? Great job. Hour, man. Spot on the hour. Great training. You can hear my kids screaming in the back if they haven't been to bed yet. It's 9 o'clock. Awesome, guys. HeroRises.com. Check it out. I'm going to send you the replay, but it's closing down tomorrow, and you're on live. Just hit the button now. If you are watching the replay, you have even less time, so make sure you hit the button, HeroRises.com, and join in the mastermind. All right. Thanks, guys, and good night.